Hey, how you doing? It's Keith here. I want to do a commentary real fast on Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 through 16. 16. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like a master of a house who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. To agreeing with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into the vineyard, and going out about the third hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, 'You can go to the vineyard too, and whatever is right I will give to you.' So they went, going out again about the sixth hour, and the ninth hour he did the same. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing. And he said to them, 'Why do you stand here idle all day?' They said to him, 'Because no one has hired us.' He said to them, 'You go to the vineyard too.' And when evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, 'Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last up to the first.' And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each one received a denarius. Now when those who would hire first, they thought they would receive more, but each one of them also received a denarius. And on receiving it, they grumbled to the master of the house, saying, 'These last workers only 1 hour, and you made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat.' But he replied to them, 'Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give to the last worker as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity? So the last will be first, and the first last. The world, the church, the mission, the commission that God has called us to go and reach the whole world for Christ, to glorify his name. That's the vineyard of God. He's the master. He has a vineyard. He has a mission, a purpose. He has a work for us as believers. You and I, we are the workers that got hired on at the 11th hour, just prior to the master returning to the vineyard. And the Jewish people, they are the workers that got hired on in the beginning. They got hired on in the very beginning, but at the end, when the master returns, when Jesus returns to the earth, what happens? We both receive everlasting life. That's why in the book of Revelation, you see the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe of Israel, except the tribe of Dan, is not included in the New Testament list. The tribe of Dan was destroyed for the very same sin that Sodom and Gomorrah and the liberal church of America is committing, essentially saying that all roads lead to heaven and that God is okay with you sinning against him. And it's a big deal. And then you got the church. The church is the multitude that no one can count. They both show up in Revelation. You also have two people group in Genesis. God made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His promise was that he would make them into a great nation and into an assembly of nations, and their offspring would be a blessing to the entire world. The nation was the Jewish people. We see that as Israel, or the Jewish people, and the multitude of nations, the assembly of nations. That's what the text says. Assembly of nations. That's the church. The church is the assembly of nations. Matter of fact, the word church means assembly. In Genesis, God's like, I'm going to make you a church of nations. I'm going to make you an assembly of nations. Jesus said, upon Peter, upon this rock, I will build my assembly, my church. Now the question is, now that you know that you have been hired by the master to work his vineyard, what are you going to do? Are you going to stand idle in the marketplace and do nothing all day? Or are you going to go and work for the master? Not because of what you can get right now, but because when the master returns, he's going to be giving you something of value, a reward. In the story, the master gives the laborers a denarius. And denarius is like a kind of coin in the biblical days. But when Jesus comes back, we get rewards in the afterlife for eternity. People think I'm out of my mind because I take, my income and $5,000, $10,000 a year for the last 17 years. And I have been putting it into ministry, planting a church, having the different websites, doing all kinds of stuff, right? Buying Bibles, giving them away to people. People are like, Heath, you're losing money. No, I'm not. Man, the profit I have made preaching the gospel, but that profit is up in heaven. My reward is up in heaven. Yeah, sure, maybe right now I'm like losing it. But we are at the 11th hour, and the master is coming home to his vineyard. He's coming back. Jesus Christ is coming back. Will the master find you in his vineyard?